Okay, so to get started on this, I'm in the Epic Games launcher. They just made some big changes to the marketplace. If you click over here, I just noticed this. It's October 22nd, 2024 today, and they just created this Fab store, which kind of incorporates everything. So it's a major change to the marketplace. So it says start exploring, and that's probably an understatement because it's so different. But anyway, within this Epic Games launcher, we're in the library. And you'll notice I've got 3 engine versions up here, 4.27, 5.3, and then 5.4.4 is the latest version as of October 22nd. But the only thing that's certain is that it's going to change at some point. To get started, I'm just going to go launch. And what we're going to do is we're going to create 2 projects. So the first project is going to be my actual menu project, our actual menu project. So we'll come in here to games and we'll make this a third person. It's blueprint, desktop, maximum, and let's call this menu project like that. And we'll just go create. And that just takes a minute to do. I guess while that's doing that, let's take a look at this marketplace if I don't get lost. The only reason I wanted to show you this is that every month Epic Games does something that's called free for the month, and they've already changed it. So if I click here and go start exploring, you'll notice, I don't know if this is, it'll always be over here, but you'll see where it says featured content free. If you click that, on that, it's on the right on the top, right on the right side. If you click it, it's funny, it's not even, oh, it just says, I guess, explore now. So there might be some bugs in this website. So anyway, this is the free for the month that they have. So you would just add it to your cart. I guess it wants you to select a license for studios and others, and then personal, and then you can add to your library. But they want you, it looks like they want you to go through and add each one individually. It used to be you can add them all as a group. This website has completely changed. And what I was trying to figure out was, how do I get back once you're in here? How do you get back to the Epic launcher? And I don't see a way back. Let's see if I click this. Does that do it? No. I guess I just have to come. No, that's it. Oh, it's right there. So I guess if you have it down here in your bookmarks, you can do it, because this is where you need to be. And we'll go back into the library. While it's doing that, I'll continue just talking for right now. What we're going to do is, this is going to be our main project. And then as soon as this is done doing its thing, and I don't know why it's starting all over again, but once it's done, I'm going to create another project, and it's that folder that we're going to put all of our assets into, because the Infinity Blade Grasslands, I can show you that while this is loading here. The reason I mentioned the free for the month is because you'll see all these assets that I've accumulated over the years. This would probably be, I don't know, maybe over $10,000 worth of assets, maybe $20,000 worth of assets. And it's just every month I get the free for the month. And it adds up over time. And now I have this incredible library of assets that I don't think there's any world I can't create with all the assets that are available. And these are all free to use as long as you're using them in an Unreal project. One asset that I got a long time ago, and it was free, is called Infinity Blade Grasslands right here. And so what we're going to do is, inside of here, there's this amazing world. There's over 1,300 actors in there. Now, obviously, I could just add this to my project, but I don't want to add 1,300 items, actors, into my project if I don't need to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in their own separate project, and then choose what I need out of that one and put that and migrate those assets over. If there's a folder on here that says create project, it'll create its own project folder. But if it's add to project, then you probably want to put it in its own separate folder, so you're not adding a bunch of assets that you don't need into your final project folder, because then you'd have to go and get rid of those things. But you could add it, but I don't recommend doing it. So it looks like, is it still compiling shaders here? We're on the home stretch here. So the first time you start Unreal Engine, it has to go through this process. So it looks like 5.4.4 is maybe the newest engine, because usually I don't have to compile the shaders every time. That's just something that takes a little time. And Unreal Engine was supposed to streamline this or made this more efficient, but as you can see, it takes a few minutes for it to compile all the shaders. When I go to do this the second time, it shouldn't take nearly as long. But this menu project will be our main project folder. And so I would think these last couple hundred would go pretty fast, but it takes time. Everything seems to take time. And Unreal Engine is becoming such a massive program. Now, once this is created, I'm going to leave this up and running. And then we're going to create another project as a, what I'll call a staging area. Take advantage of that free for the month. It's every month, every single month. And you'll get on the average anywhere from $200 to $400 worth of free assets. And over time, you figure, well, if you're getting $250 a month in just 1 year, that's $3,000. And I've been doing it for at least 3 or 4 years. So I don't know. I want to say I have at least $10,000 worth of assets that I've accumulated. But when you go to work on projects, it's really, really helpful. You can create almost any world that you can imagine. Okay, so it finally finished loading up, compiling all those shaders. So I'm just going to go ahead and minimize this now. Let me close that window. And we're going to go ahead and launch another project. So we're going to launch again. And this one we're going to call the staging area. This shouldn't take nearly as long as that first one did. So we're starting Unreal Engine again. Unreal Editor, I guess we call it. And you'll notice how I don't have to worry about the shaders this time, the second time around. Okay, so we're going to go to Games, Third Person, and I'm just going to call this Staging Area and go create. It's just that initial time through that takes all the time. All right, so this is up and running, so I'm going to minimize that. So now I have 2 Unreal projects running. One is the staging area and the other is the menu project. So I'm going to close this. What we're going to do is we're going to come down to the Infinity Blade Grasslands right here and add to project, and we're going to add it to the staging area and just go add to project like that. This is a relatively small project at just over nearly 700 megabytes. So now if I come in here to, let's see, the staging area. Now one thing we like to do is come up here and go to Windows, load default editor layout, and then go to content drawer and just dock and layout. Dock and layout. I don't know, for some reason that window keeps popping up. All right, so here we are. And if we come down here and we look in this folder here and we go into maps, you'll see one called Elven Ruins, and let's double click into that. And I think this takes a few minutes to load up too. And like I said, I think that's because it has quite a few assets in there. Okay, so it's loaded up and it's just got a few more shaders to compile. And everything's looking good. So in this asset, like I said, it has over 1,387 actors. And of course, we don't want to bring all these into our game. I'm very familiar with this particular asset. So all we need to do is hold down Shift and just start clicking everything that we want. And we want pretty much everything in this section. So I'm just hitting the left mouse button and I'm selecting all of these things. Of course, we want that angel and that pedestal and the floor around it and these railings, and I might be inadvertently selecting some blocking volumes that I don't really want. So once I pretty much selected everything in this area, I'm going to hit W, and with the right mouse button I'm going to fly over here. I'm going to turn my scroll wheel backwards too at the same time so I can control my camera speed. So control your camera speed with your middle mouse wheel. So here, if I'm just flying around, I'm turning it forward. Here I'm turning it backward. But learning how to control your camera speed is so important. It just makes all the difference in the world. Now I'm just going to continue to select. So I'm holding down the Shift, and we're getting these stairs. We're getting these objects here along the side. That tower. We want these steps here. these steps. We might want these to, yeah, pretty much everything on this whole walkway. The railings, everything kind of. We can always delete stuff that we don't want. Make sure we're getting pretty much everything. And I think I pretty much got everything. So let's see. So once I've selected everything, let me fly backward. I'm hitting S. That was kind of a weird move I just made there. Okay, so we've got all these assets selected. Let me just double click again and make sure I'm not missing anything. Once I have these assets selected, I'm going to come up here to that little tiny folder icon, and it's going to put all those items into its own folder, which is great. So I'm going to click that. Go ahead and call it assets. The great thing about doing it this way now is if I deselect the items and I decide I want to reselect them, I can do it very easily if they're in their own folder. But I can also assess in here that there's things in here that I don't want, like this trigger volume, and I can just go ahead and delete those items there. So now I've got everything selected. What we're going to do now is I'm going to click the first one, hold down Shift, and then hold down Shift and select them all. You notice I'll all select. With my cursor in the scene, I'm going to right click, and we are going to go down to Level and create Level Instance. And we'll leave everything on the default and go OK. And it's going to put all of these, create instances of everything that's selected and put it in its own level. So we're going to call this main menu like that and go save. And this is pretty amazing, darn amazing if you think about it. So now if we come onto the content folder, you'll see I've got this main menu and it's got all of these assets inside of it. So now what I can do is I can just right click and come up to Asset Action, go to Migrate, and you'll see there's everything. It brings in everything that's required for those assets to work with all the correct dependencies and hierarchies and everything, and we'll go OK. And then I just got to put this into the content folder of my menu project. So select the content there and go select folder, and it's going to migrate all those assets over to our project. And now we're done. Now you could replicate this with any other project that you have. So now if I can close out of here because I'm done. And now if I come into my main menu project, here we are, we can go ahead and get this set up. Let's go ahead and finish setting this up. So here, sometimes I like to just change the name here just so that it's not really the third person template anymore. So I'm just going to call this menu project just to give it a touch, nice little personal touch. And then we'll do what we did before. We'll do what we did before. We're going to come up to Window, Load Layout, Default Editor. We're going to go to Content Drawer, with Dock and Layout, and now we're all set up. Now the last thing that I want to do, there's two additional settings that I like to do. We're going to come into Edit Preferences, and here on the very first page under General Appearance, where it says Asset Editor Open Location, we're going to set that to the main window. So every time we open a window, it will automatically dock it. And then there's another setting in here called Orbit Camera Around Selection, and that's a real handy one too, that give us some finer control. So like if I select this item here and I hold down Alt and left click, you'll see I can spin around it very easily and look at it from any direction. So that's a really nice feature. Now this window keeps opening up for some reason. I'm going to come back into the content level, and what we're going to do is we're going to double click into here. We'll go save, and now we are in that level that we just created, and you'll see we have all of our assets that we got selected, but the scene is completely dark. The last thing we're going to do in this section is we're just going to bring in the environmental lights so we can see. So I'm just going to come in here and go to Window. We're going to come down to Environmental Light Mixer here. We're going to left click and select Create Skylight. Click again, left click, Create Atmospheric Light. Click again, Create Sky Atmosphere. Do not select Create Volumetric Clouds, but click Create Height Fog. And now if I fly up here, you'll see we have all of our assets in the scene, just like that. So it's pretty cool, right? Now, I know just from having done this before that this kind of gets in the way, so I shouldn't have selected that. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And there's just two things that I would like to do here. One thing is position yourself as if you were in a director's chair and you wanted a nice look at the whole scene here, like that, like from the director's chair, so you can kind of assess the overall scene. And then hit Control+1 and it'll create a bookmark. And now if we fly around, if I hit W and the right mouse button and I fly around, that's kind of odd, this little piece right there. I'm going to delete that. If we fly around, one thing I'd like you to do is just adjust your camera speed. And if you're not familiar with doing that with your scroll wheel, just practice doing that here right now. Just flying around. And so so what I have is I have my left hand on the W button and my right hand is on the right mouse button. And then with my index finger, I'm turning the scroll wheel forward to speed up and backwards to slow down. So what I'd recommend is just find yourself a nice steady camera movement and then you're all set. Now if we're sitting right here and I hit 1, I'm right back in this spot. So from here, this would be a nice point just to go ahead and stop. We have imported all of our assets. We've learned how to create a level sequence. We've put everything in its own level. We've bookmarked, we've controlled our camera speed, and we're really all set to go. We've brought in some environmental lighting, and just like that, we're well on our way to getting started with this project. In the next section, we're going to look at really dressing up this scene, making it nighttime and start bringing in some lights and turning it into a nighttime scene. And we'll do that in the next section. So I will see you there.